Welcome to Subramani. This Monday has been very hectic, right? One Mr. Santosh Iyer said about Mercedes and SIP, so the whole industry got upset. Oh, Mercedes is not as important as SIP. SIP is better, blah blah blah. And PR Sundar is a person who many of you may be following, and who got into a troll fight with somebody who said, I mean, I'm not even using those words, I don't want to, not that it is right, wrong, but I'm just saying what happens is, when you are in the public space, chances are somebody will come and say something which is very irritating. You look at it and you get irritated. It is impossible to say I won't get irritated. Look at the number of people who come to my blog and say, oh uncle, you don't understand cryptocurrency, you're too old, why don't you shut down your website, and millions of people. I mean, the number of people saying negative things would be 2 or 3 versus some 200 saying nice things. So the question to ask is, do you want to go on living for the other 198 or do you want these 2 people, 3 people to disturb you? So what happens with age is, you come, you read the comment, you smile and you move on. It does not matter, because I keep saying I have not empowered anybody enough to irritate me. To me, how does it matter what you do in your life? I am doing what I want to do in my life. Somebody is reading it, somebody is enjoying it, somebody is watching it, then so be it. Right, so there are 2-3 types of I think blogs or vlogs, you know, some which give a lot of information, like what is PPF, what is equity market and all that. I very rarely do such thing. It's not that I've never done such thing. If I want to talk about a particular mutual fund, I may talk about what is gilt, what is this, so I may do that, but that's very rare. That may be 10-15% of my portfolio or my total number of videos. Then that would be something where I have explained, is an explainer kind of a mode, which is saying, okay, this is what it is, and a little more explanatory, which you can't find so easily outside. But largely my job is to make you think, and make you think differently, and make you do different things. For example, I tell doctors, you don't need to buy a house first buy a clinic. That is more, you're going to be recognized by where you are working from and not from the place where you live. So don't buy the house, buy the clinic, use it, and then with that money and your own money, you go and buy yourself a house, and that time decide how much to borrow. So there is a 3, 20, 30, 40, 50 rules to buy a house, and this is what you should do. This is broadly what is good for you. And then I find somebody coming and telling me, oh sir, you will be very disappointed, I don't invest in equities. Be my guest, boss. To me, it does not matter whether you invest in equities, whether you invest in debt. I don't invest in gold, I don't invest in real estate. Do I have real estate? Yes, I'm staying here. It's a house that I bought, but largely with own money. That is luck, right? It's not, I'm not saying that's what you should do. I can easily say, oh, you shouldn't borrow, but that's your call. I always had money, I didn't have to borrow. If you don't have money, you will borrow, right? You are under tremendous pressure to borrow and buy a car, borrow and buy a house. That's your call. I'm not even getting into right or wrong. Now when PR Sundar creates a blog and or creates videos, creates a blog, talks about it, he does training, let's accept it. He needs people, right? He needs somebody coming and attending his training. Maybe that's how he makes money. Maybe he makes money by trading. I'm not even getting into those things, because that will unnecessarily create comments here saying, oh, Sundar is this, Sundar is great, Sundar is God, Sundar is devil. I'm not getting into that. I'm just saying that all of us in the public space run the risk that some guy will come and say something good or something bad, and you cannot afford to fight them, right? So best is to ignore them, because ignoring a troll is the best thing that you can do, best thing that I can do. So when somebody comes and tells me, oh old man, you don't understand, why don't you shut down, I mean, nobody has said why don't you drop dead, right? So it's fine, it's their level, that's what they want to say, and maybe they have nothing else to do. That's fine. Can I tell them go take a walk, don't watch my channel? It's completely, it's feedback to me, right? Somebody saying, oh, why are you wearing the same coat? Why are you using the same background? Boss, be my guest. I can always say, you don't want to see, go take a walk, right? Kareena Kapoor and Alia Bhatt and all have been trolled for saying that, look, it's my movie, you paid money, you want to watch it, don't want to watch it, don't watch it. My videos are free. Sundar does some classes for which he charges money. That's okay. You want to pay and go. You don't want to pay and go, don't go. Is he a financial influencer? Yes, even I claim to be a financial influencer. Financial influencer means somebody who is able to influence your finance learning, finance decisions and things like that. I have no clue. My grandmother used to say, and I keep saying this, that when you run and when you cycle, when you go to the gym, you have one huge advantage. You know, your muscles don't listen to your brain, right? You tell your legs to run faster and it says, look man, you can't run. This is the best I can do. I don't want to run faster than that. And your legs just refuse to run. So what do, right? So you realize that financial influencer, nice to say. I can tell people I'll charge so much money for for writing a tweet, and I might even get paid. But the question is, what do I do with the people? Do I fight with the people? The answer is no. You ignore them. Can you always ignore them? I don't know. And one more thing is, when you see a tweet from my handle, you think I have done it. Maybe my team is doing it. All these famous people, right, from Narendra Modi, Virat Kohli, Kareena Kapoor, any of these film stars, I'm sure they are seeing some of their tweets, but it doesn't mean they can do every tweet, right? Because those are business tweets, right? In the sense that Virat Kohli gets paid for making a tweet. I'm sure somebody else is drafting it for him. And some of them were controversial, right? So when Virat Kohli says be careful for Diwali or Holi or something, then there's a whole gang of people, the Jaipur dialogues to Sai Deepak, to everybody saying, oh, why are you giving gyan? So right, so on this side, on the right, on the left, you are for Modi or for AAP, whatever. All those things, all those controversies, everything get created. Then everybody gets trolled, right? So Nupur Sharma's life comes under threat because she said something. There can be somebody who can tweet something and get death threat. PR Sundar's life is not so bad. He doesn't have death threats. I have no clue who did the tweet. Maybe Sundar did. Maybe Sundar's son did. Maybe Sundar has a PR team who responded. I don't know, but one has to be very careful. It's better for senior people to let somebody else do the tweet, so that there is no on-the-spot reaction to anything. So if somebody says something, you ignore, or you delete, or you block. Those are the options which are available. So if somebody comes and says something vulgar, I just go and report saying, look, this is, or every day I delete at least 2 porn trolls who have come and who are advertising their porn on my YouTube channel. Not Twitter, I don't think porn tweets are a hassle. But yes, on my YouTube channel, every day there would be at least 2 porn sites who are coming, and I just go delete it, right? Nothing happens to me. So similarly, can I do that when somebody says, oh, it's like I have a simple feeling. If somebody were to come and curse me in, say, Korean or in Russian language, I would look at him and maybe smile at him, because I would not understand a word of it, right? So similarly, that is how you treat. I mean, when somebody comes and tell, I think this is a Buddha story, where somebody comes and abuses Buddha, and Buddha just smiles, and so when Buddha says, look, it doesn't really matter, he came, he cursed, but I don't do anything, right? Look at all the people who give me fruits. Do I eat them? No, it's just lying there. It does not impact me, right? So you have to do that, but it takes a tremendous amount of self-control to be able to do that. It is not impossible, but if I am making money by being on Twitter, if I am attracting clients because I am on Twitter, if my AUM depends on being on Twitter, then I have to be more careful. For somebody like me, I am not making money being on Twitter or on YouTube, right? a little bit of ad revenue here and there, but I mean it must be 1/10 of my 1/10 or 1/15th or something like that for my of my total income. It doesn't really matter. I don't think it is even 10%. No way. It's not even. It may be 5%. So 1/20th. Right? Does it really matter? No. Is it fun? Yes. I interact with people and people come and say very, very sweet things. People say, oh, you don't say anything controversial, you don't do this, therefore you get lesser number of followers. 50,000 followers, does it make me happy? I'm indifferent to it. But it feels good. Always when there is a milestone, you feel good. Oh, I got 50,000 followers. Maybe at one stage I'll say, wow, I got 5 million followers. I have no clue. But do I have to go down to the level of a person who is using profanities in my on my YouTube channel or on Twitter or anywhere? The answer is no, I don't need to. But does it hurt sometimes? It hurts me for approximately 20 seconds, whether it is fame or whether it is somebody cursing. I tell myself, okay, 30 seconds, let me worry about it, and then come down, just forget it. You know, like what they say in Hindi, चने के झाड़ पे चढ़ाना. तो मैं चढ़ जाता हूँ, 20 सेकंड में उतर जाता हूँ. That's all. It's not to say it doesn't feel good. Of course it feels good. When you are sitting in the airport and somebody comes and says, oh, you're Subramani, I watch all your videos. Or some kid says, sir, I've read your book page by page, there are printing mistakes. At least there are 8 to 9 people who have told me that they have read my Retire Rich book page to page, including a chartered accountant, a financial journalist, one girl who's married to a guy I know. So all these people have read this book page to page, they have implemented. There are people who come and say, oh, I implemented this, I implemented that. Feels good, there's no doubt. Do some people come and troll? Actually, you remember the negatives better than you remember the positives. That's human behavior, right? Best is ignore. So Sundar, I don't do tech trading, I don't follow Sundar. I recently started following Sundar to see what he does. But sorry, but it shouldn't come to a level where women don't want to come to your site, or actually it's very difficult to get women to come to my site and read my blog and read. So I'm very happy if some women also come, but using profanities and all that doesn't really help. So here, riding the bandwagon, nothing else. Thank you.